She just playing it. Look at this little Christmas decoration. Ooh. Change of scenery, change of views. It's actually a nice day today. It's not as cold as I thought it was. But I mean, y'all know what I had before. It's not that. Unfortunately, my blinds don't go up by themselves and give the views of palm trees. This is a reality check that I am back home, baby. Back in New Jerusalem. But because I'm still missing St. Martin, I am going to have a croissant for breakfast. I think it's still breakfast time. We got these croissants. You'll see it in the video. Pantera, I don't know. And they're filled with chocolate. So good. Put them in the microwave for a little bit. And it's like I'm back on the island. Last night when I came home, I turned the heat on. And if you know me, that's huge because I don't like turning the heat on. So as I eat my croissants, I left my window thingy in St. Martin, or it's in my suitcase. I'm not really sure which. But I wanted to talk about COVID traveling, and as beautiful as the trip was, and it was such a great trip. I felt like a rich white woman for about 6 days. Came back home to feeling like a poor black one. Not a poor black one, just kidding. But there was a lot of anxiety leading up to the trip. Look, first of all, y'all, look at my tan. My tan is popping. Sis is brown. Yes. Hold on. Ghetto. But instead of a twist and talk, we're on the floor and talk with my croissant. Isn't playing. So Martin's cases have been very, very low. Like, to the point that when we were there, they were asking us if US cases, like, being that high is a real thing. Like, we've had thousands. I'm not even sure they've had hundreds. Like, I think their numbers are still low. They haven't hit the 3-digit mark yet. So they have, because of that, obviously, they want to keep the island clean. They want to keep the island virus free and clean, which makes sense. Other countries aren't doing that and having the same precautions, which is probably why St. Martin has consistently been safer. And I cut this out of one of the vlogs, but St. Martin is safer than me being in New Jersey. So for everyone that's like, oh my God, you're traveling during COVID. Like, but I'm traveling safely during COVID, which is why I want to talk about this. So prior to us going, we had to get a COVID test 5 days before, which brings a lot of anxiety because you've already paid for most, if not all of your trip 5 days before you're about to leave. So if you are like, shit, I gotta get this test and then I might have COVID, I just spent all this money and I'm not gonna get it back. Now we did purchase insurance, but that only covered like if our jobs wouldn't cover us for coming back, but that was not an issue. I honestly kind of forgot that we purchased the insurance. So yeah, so getting the test was the anxiety producing, especially because New Jersey's cases have gone up. New Jersey's numbers are extremely high. The test done in October, it was like open availability. Now everything is booked. And not only, it couldn't just be a regular swab test, it couldn't be a rapid test, it had to be a PCR test, which is the nasal swab. I tried the video, but Shorty wouldn't let me. Where they go through your nose for like 10 seconds and then go other one 10 seconds. It is uncomfortable, but it does not hurt. But it is extremely uncomfortable. It's like, woo, like that. And then your eyes start to water, and then it's over. Like, it really is super quick. And it's worth it, especially in this situation, to figure out if you have COVID or not. So once you get a negative COVID test result, you then have to apply. My blinds don't want me to be great. Then you have to apply for the application. So I was literally 12 hours before getting on the flight filling out the application, which asks you like all the details, where you're going, where you're coming, your passport information, where you got your test, what your results were, a screenshot of the actual test. They ain't playing with you. And then they review that. So once you submit it, you still aren't in the clear. Then you submit the application, you finally get a review. My friend Ashley decided we should print them out, which really was a good idea. So we had our results and we had our pre-approval. And so here's how I want to explain this to you. Before we even could step foot on the plane, they checked that paperwork 4 times. The baggage claim, the customs people, the gate people checked it, and then someone else checked it. It was like checking on top of checking on top of checking, just to make sure, 1, that you were negative, and 2, that the country is letting you in. So then you get on a plane that's not full with other people that have negative COVID tests, with stewardess and pilots that have negative COVID tests, and fly to a country that has low cases than previously where you just were from. And so we got to the Airbnb. We were the only ones at the Airbnb. It was cleaned every day. And we wore a mask every time we left the Airbnb, which wasn't too often, as you could see in some of the videos. So I get it. I get there's a lot of anxiety. I know COVID, I guess, came to the States from someone on a plane and whatever. And the air circulation on a plane is not as filtered. But I honestly think like now it's probably way more filtered than it was years ago. And the plane was damn near empty. Was it like 20 people? Like they should have paid us to fly this. Like and the flight wasn't that expensive. So I'm like, really, that seemed like a waste of fuel, but whatever. It was a smooth landing. Thank God, got home safe, whatever. So I wanted to say all that and make it clear that if you're going to travel, there are ways to do it safely. There are ways to make sure that you're okay. I hear a lot of, we can't travel anymore, or I wish I could still travel. But you can travel. If you decide not to, that's your business. But I don't want people to think like we're out here like we can't go anywhere. There are some countries that aren't letting Americans in. But St. Martin is letting you jump through the hoops. So I also forgot this part. Once we landed, going through customs, couldn't even tell. I had to take my face shield off, but my temperature was being taken. To go through customs, again, show that same paperwork. Had to get it stamped, then go through another, because the stairway was like this, another part of customs, get them to check my paperwork. They asked me where I was staying, how long I was staying, then get stamped. And then when you leave, they make you hand sanitize. When you come in, they make you hand sanitize. Like, no games were being played. Plus, we had to take temperature checks every day and submit them to the same website where we got the pre-approval from. So really good time, and be safe, and luckily, prayerfully, no one gets sick. But it was a good time. It was a lot of anxiety just to get there, but once you get there and y'all saw the views, it's like, what anxiety? And I'm not a fan of flying. I cannot stand a plane. Actually, that's not true. I don't like turbulence. So if a plane is smooth, then I'm chill. Like, it's fine. But a bumpy ride, me and a bumpy ride is like, land this now and get me off of it ASAP. I'll walk to the island. I will swim to get to the island. Bittersweet being back home. Feels like it went really fast. Months of planning is like over like that. Shout out to my friend Ashley. We are all trying to encourage her to be an event planner because she's dope and super organized, and made sure that we did all the fun things and figured out payments and procedures, and everything kind of just went off without a hitch. Everything went well. I don't know about the saying, but everything went well. So tonight I'm working. My job is on a holiday party, like paint at home on virtual type of thing, and they're dropping off like alcohol. It's really cute. So I'll probably add a snippet of that, but I just wanted to talk about traveling safely in these COVID times with Miss Rona out here. Like, hopefully, you all will be able to leave the country if you want to. Also, I forgot to mention, there's wipes before you get on the plane. Even though they say they clean it, they still have alcohol wipes, so you can wipe it down yourself if that makes you feel more comfortable. I had a face shield on and a mask. Like, we were playing games while I was there, taking vitamins every day, taking elderberry every day. Like, I don't know. So fingers crossed, praying to God that we are all great and covered, but I just think that there is a way to safely travel. And right now, I feel like it's the time because once we get that vaccine, honey, and y'all start taking it, everyone's gonna want to jump on a plane. So yeah. So how cute is this? A canvas, paints. Hold on, let me show you from a different angle. This with an easel, ignore my beverages, water, a bunch of paints. There's also a bottle of wine.